online communities have allowed for me to be less fearful of introducing myself to other people, and as a result, I've really expanded my network in areas of expertise.
The Wattpad community specifically, I actually wrote a novel in grade 8 and it has helped me a lot in terms of taking risks or self-confidence of like, oh, you can do it, you can write a novel. And so many other people in this community are writing novels and they're just like you, starting off like that.
They've helped me find an identity for myself, while at the same time also helping me connect with people who think like me and making me feel like I'm not alone. I've learned to do art. I'm not super good at watercolor, but you know what? I tried drawing King Princess and I think it worked out pretty well.
For me, that took the form of hackathons and conferences where I was able to meet people I never would have met if the event was in person, and to also to work on really interesting projects and to garner a lot of new perspective.
I was able to really understand people's perspectives that are living halfway across the world and connect with people that are living in Kenya, that are living in India, that have completely different worlds. And I would have never been inspired to do that if it weren't for the pandemic.
Throughout quarantine, I gotta say, the amount of digital connection I've had has made me really long for and miss in-person connection and building experiences with people. I mean, makes you feel kind of isolated sometimes, but I think virtual connections make up for that a fair bit. You're always connected.
When it comes to social media, everyone inevitably compares themselves to other people. So that's why it's great that I have some days off where I just shut off all my devices and just do art or read a book or just jam out to myself or like have time with my family, because I think it's really important to learn about who you are without other people telling you who you are.
Being on technology all day and being in the tech industry, I kind of have to step back sometimes and think about, okay, well, we have all these resources online, but I need some time to myself. So it's also being able to have a balance in your life between having things be online and you being able to connect with people online, but also be able to take some time for yourself.
I think I've been able to strike a pretty fair balance between balancing my mental wellness, but also focusing on all the priorities and tasks.
I think what the future of online communities need to do is really foster connections between people, because relationship building is really where a lot of different things start. Actually being able to break the ice between people, and instead of just getting into a project or getting into work, actually being able to foster an inclusive environment just like you would do in person is extremely important.
I think there's going to be a lot of innovation towards how we can create new experiences and all that. The accessibility and the diversity of people that can join will really prompt communities to be a lot more interesting.
I believe it'll be a bit casual, a bit personal now, actually.
More expression, more communication freedom. People can talk to each other, even if they're across the globe, coming up with ideas and making new friends.
I'm personally bisexual, and it's taken me a long time to find my sexuality, and I've connected with people that have faced the same issues as me and that have gone through the same things as me online, through Twitter, through TikTok, through social media platforms. It's been incredible seeing that change, and to be honest, I would never take it back for the world. Who I was before this quarantine was completely different, because I didn't know that I could be able to connect with someone halfway across the world and be best friends with them.
There's more freedom. You can be who you are, you can be authentic, and no matter what's going on in the outside world, you can be true to yourself on the internet.
The entire idea of virtual connections is to break out of that isolation and make people believe that there is a world that can accept them, that they just haven't experienced yet. I have also been able to find out my own identity throughout looking at virtual communities and talking to people who are like me from different parts of the world. So it goes to show that you're never really alone. And I think that that's something that's really important for a community that is so vulnerable, like the LGBTQ community.
A place I would very much want to visit is Iceland.
I've always wanted to go to Italy. I've always wanted to really see the culture there.
An inhabitable planet existing somewhere in the universe.
And my favorite school subject is definitely anything science, particularly biology.
Definitely business, I would say.